Welcome back. Today is day 4 of the 5-part video series on how to consciously manifest everything you want in your life. Now today we're going to talk only about consciously manifesting the things that you do want in your life, not the things that you don't want. Today we're not going to talk about your box, no more in the box thinking. We're going to break out of the box, and today we're going to talk about really attracting magically all the things in your life that you actually do want as I break out the 4-step process of conscious manifestation. Now, before I do that, I want to share with you one thing. After 20 years of working with entrepreneurs, I can always tell the people who are actually going to attract the things that they do want in their life. And I can tell the people who are going to have a very difficult time and they're going to struggle actually getting the things that they want. And it's really quite simple. It's in the language that people use. When somebody is a conscious manifester and actually believes they're going to receive something, their energy is different and the language they use is different. The language they use is, here's what I want, here's why I want it, and I know I'll have it. Or they talk about something they recently manifested. Ooh, I love when a plan comes together. It just was so in flow. It all worked out. It all came into place and I knew it would. That's somebody who has the energy of being a powerful, conscious manifester and believes they will get the things that they want. Now, the people that unconsciously manifest the things that they don't want, the people that get triggered into that place of fear and in-the-box thinking, this is the language that they use. I really need to blank. I really have to blank. I really should blank. Or I really want this really, really bad. Or I really hope I'll get this. Or I really want to have this happen, but I'm not sure it's going to. In fact, sometimes they actually tell you their doubts in the same sentence. So if you find yourself falling in that trap of using the dialogue of, I really need to, I really should, or I really have to, I'd like you to replace that language with, I choose to. Because when you say, I need to, I have to, I really must, any of those kinds of language that are judgmental, you actually have just put yourself back in the box. And you won't be able to manifest the things that you do want in your life. So it's super easy to break back out of that box, to get in that place of power, get in that place of choice, and choosing the things you want from a place of confidence, from a place of ease. So here's the 4-step manifestation process. The first step is know what you want. Know the characteristics, the qualities. Have as much clarity around what you want as possible. Now, you don't necessarily have to know exactly what it looks like, but the more clarity you have around the qualities, the better off you are. The second step is have an intention to have it. I know that sounds crazy, but there's a lot of people that spend a lot of time visualizing or daydreaming, and they don't actually believe they can have it. They don't set an intention to actually have it in their life. So the first thing is to have clarity in what you want. The second step is to set an intention and have the confidence you will have it with 100% confidence. So you have the belief systems that support you actually receiving that into your life. Now the third step is be open to the form that it comes to you. I want to share a really quick story with you that demonstrates that sometimes it just starts with a thought and starts with an intention. So many years ago, I was teaching a class on marketing your business. And there was about 20 students in the class, and each one of the students stood up to talk about what they do. And one of the first students in the front row, she stood up and she said that her new business was she had discovered this formula for turning llama wool into cloth with no synthetics. And I guess the standard way of turning llama wool into cloth uses a lot of synthetics, and she had discovered this way to do it so it was completely 100% natural. And I asked her, I said, do you have a llama farm? Do you have access to llamas to do this? And she said, no, she hadn't gotten that far in the process. Well, we continued around the room of people talking about what they did for a living. And at the break, one of the students in the back of the room, who was not in the business of llamas, came up to me and said, hey, I wonder if it's okay if I talk to this other student because my parents actually own a llama farm and they might be open to talking to her about this process. And as it turns out, they actually did some deal making right in that class. Now, what do you think the chances are in the universe of somebody who has a process of creating cloth naturally with no blends with llama wool sitting in the same room as somebody who has access to a llama farm, right there in the same room, only 20 people? You see, you don't have to know the form. All you have to do is set it in motion and give your order to the universe and say, this is what I want. I know I will have it, and please help me out, knowing that the universe, of course, is going to help you out. It's going to support you in getting exactly what you want. And step number 4 is actually having a plan. Now, this woman was about to go through creating a plan on what she wanted. So if it's something you truly, truly want, have in your mind a plan of how you're going to go about and get it. Now, in my experience, there's times when all it takes is just your thought and your intention, and the universe, it shows up in your lap in a form you really didn't anticipate before you actually got to work your plan. There have been other times that I actually created the plan in my head. I might have even written it down. I hadn't started on it, and the plan, it still came together, and I magically attracted what it is that I want. But have a plan, because it just increases your desire and the vibration energy out to the universe that this is something that you will have. It just increases your chances of having it and knowing that it's going to come to you a lot faster. And of course, if you have a plan, start working the plan. You might only get 10 or 20% into your plan before things just magically fall in your lap in a way that was actually different than your plan, but so much better. That's the 4-step manifestation process. You do it all the time. You do it in a way for all the things that you know you can get. But I'd like you to start thinking of all the things you really want in your life that you haven't had so far, and start using that 4-step manifestation process to get them. Now, in tomorrow, the last video, I'm going to talk about manifesting in every area of your life. How you actually set up your life for success. That's conscious manifesting through intentional living. That is a place that everybody was born with the birthright to have the kind of life that you truly want. That's my purpose, is to help you design, create, and manifest the kind of life that you want. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video on how to attract what you want in every area of your life through conscious manifesting with intentional living. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey.